Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. There's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry, tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are, and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Hello everyone, I'm Joshua, a founding member of the Green Hill Gamer Guild podcast, and this is my very first YouTube Let's Play. I pre-ordered the PC version of Fallout 76, and was finally able to get into the beta on November 1st. I played as much of the 9-hour window as I could, taking breaks as I needed throughout, but recording every moment of my gameplay. First, I did not do any commentary while playing, and I'm not planning to do any. I may add in some things like this intro in the future, if I feel it would add something to the video, but mostly I'll just be playing the game. Second, I'm the kind of player, especially with Bethesda open world games, that reads everything. So the notes and terminals that don't have audio will be up on the screen for as long as it took me to read them. If you need longer, feel free to pause the video. Third, I'm building toward a sneaky sniper type character. I have no plans to PvP, though if I'm put in the right spot by another player, it might happen. My goal, however, is to replicate the single player experience as much as possible in this multiplayer world. This is something I've done with varying degrees of success in tons of other online open world games. I'm hoping my experiences in those will translate well into Fallout 76, but we'll see. Lastly, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy yourself, like and subscribe. And if you want to support me, check the description below for various links to do just that. Thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy the video.
Hi. Daza asked me if I would talk about, how I got here. She asked everybody, so I said okay. My name's Colonel, and I'm 13 years old. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. The bombs and the messed up people and the cows with 2 heads, all of it. I was bad. Just bad. I cheated on my spelling test. I kicked Chip Wilkins in the shins until he cried. I pushed Rosie McCloy down the stairs. I cut holes in the bottom of all the gym shorts, and I put glue in the mashed potatoes in the cafeteria. I told Harold Newell to eat 10 dead flies a day in order to grow muscles, and put Nuka-Cola in the rat cage water bottles at the pet store. And, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about everything. Because my dad said if I wasn't this way, that bad things wouldn't happen. I haven't seen Daddy since the bombs, and I guess he left because of that, too. It's okay. I'm trying to be good now, though. I'm not old enough to be a volunteer, but Dasa said I could help collect food and water, so I'm getting better, I promise. And, Daddy, if you're listening, I promise I won't be bad anymore, so you can come back now. Okay? Okay. Bye.
The power before Friday, October 29th. Ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Hello! This is a courtesy message. On the power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.
Hi. Dasa asked me if I would talk about...
Please direct your call to
Is this thing on? Great. Hello, survivors of this... We call it the Great War now. It's not been long and things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor Stories. I'm Dasa Ben-Ami, a responder. I've been working with the responders for a couple of years now. I'm from Charleston originally, so it was easy to join up. What wasn't easy was the work. Rebuilding Appalachia from the rubble while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold, their names lost to time. I thought we should preserve this history somehow. I've decided to ask people to record their thoughts, their stories, anything they want to preserve forever. I'll call this series the Survivor Stories. I'll start with me. I was an anthropology PhD student at B.E.T.A University, final year. I was printing my thesis when I heard the sirens. I thought for sure my father, a B.E.T.A employee, could take us all with him, but only 2 reservations came through. I refused to go. With my little brother, he went to the vault. They could not persuade me, though they tried. In the end, I pushed them inside it, and that was it. After that, I went back home to Charleston and, well, survived.
If you need supplies.
Eventually, the responders formed, and I signed up right away. It was so hard. The flood was devastating. Relocating to Morgantown Airport and now Flatwoods has been... I remain optimistic. Been with them now for, I guess 2 years. We have big plans. We can do so much to help. Maybe, just maybe, we can rebuild enough to be okay. And in the meantime, I will continue to record stories of survivors when I can. We are your history. This is Dasa Ben-Ami, signing off for now. Interview 2, Reverend Delbert Winters. Hi, I met you in the woods near the Interview 2, Reverend Delbert Winters. Hi, I met you in the woods near the Morgantown Airport. You were picking flowers. Why?
I was harvesting a lot of stuff, actually. I hunted deer recently. Looked strange, but tasted fine.
Okay. Well, what's a basic, easy meal that someone who's been surviving on camp could make?
You can make tea with dried flowers. It's not much, but it can soothe your stomach. I don't know what this flower is called, but I call it a soot flower. If you add it to water, you can make a tea. Same with rabbit meat or chicken meat. You can easily make soups with boiled water. God willing, we can adapt old recipes to new types of food.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Back in the Army, we got sent off to places with weird fish I'd never heard of and weird veggies I'd never seen again. You know, we had to cook with them still. Just pretend it's catfish or something. You see how it turns out. But now, well, let me say that I've seen some weird stuff. I thought maybe it was unholy, but these are all the creation of our Lord, even if man has manipulated them, and dang it, they're still edible.
Okay. Well, what kind of veggies do you eat?
Yeah, there are still some edible veggies out there, like melons, carrots, and gourds. You know, I found some tomatoes and potatoes growing together. They're somehow pollinating each other or something. I ate one, and it was kind of like ketchup-flavored cardboard, but hey, I'm alive. You might have to experiment like that. Don't be too picky if it keeps you alive to see the end of times.
Sounds like you've been thinking about this for a while.
You could say that. I knew the end was coming for a good long while. And, well, it's here. And the end will come again. I have faith that there's a reason for all this, and that we need to survive to see our Lord again. And, well, we need food to survive.
Fair enough. Thanks for the tips, Delbert.
In the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Monongah Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you and have a pleasant day. Hello, this is a courtesy message. Monongah Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Monongah Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you and have a pleasant day. Hello, this is a courtesy message. Monongah Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Monongah Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you and have a pleasant day. Hello, this is a courtesy message. Monongah Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Monongah Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Hello! This is a courtesy message. Ananga Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Ananga Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Hello! This is a courtesy message. Ananga Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Ananga Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Hello! This is a courtesy message. Ananga Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Ananga Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Hello! This is a courtesy message. Ananga Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Ananga Power before Friday, October 29th to ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you, and have a pleasant day. Ananga Power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to reach you by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice before your utilities are shut off. Please direct your payment to Ananga Power Friday.
While you're here, why not grab a stim pack or two? It sure is great to see living human beings again. With smarts and a little luck, you'll do just fine out there. That overseer lady said more people would be coming. It's nice to meet you. A volunteer. If you need supplies, Baba's got you covered.
pleasant day. Hello! This is a courtesy message. Longer power has tried sending letters via post and attempted to be reached by phone multiple times. Your bill is past due in the amount of $2,584.63. This is your final notice. Please direct your payment to Longer Power before Friday, October 29th. Ensure uninterrupted service. Thank you. Have a pleasant day. Hello! This is a
B.E.T.A has asked us all to document our stories for posterity, you know. It seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoga, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned into a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were over
food and water. I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People were boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse, too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
Reverend Delbert Winters here, born and raised in this very town. Lent my own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. The responders are on a true mission, you see, helping folks through thick and thin, till the heavens open up again and take us all up anyways. When this all happened, I figured like most it was time. This was the end, but it wasn't, was it? We're still here. At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrongs. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to have been thought. So I asked him. I asked how? Why? I fought your wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them up there by your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass behind a dumpster. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried but got sick, they said, covered in their own filth. I realized right then and there that I was being tasked. From then on, I built kitchens, cooked good food, fed anyone who walked up with an empty belly. And I was thankful for my task in life. Thankful. next time hell or high water land at my stoop, I'll be swept clear away with it. But until then, let's share a home-cooked meal together, all right?
Tonight, we bring you the final chapter of Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flat Woods. In the last episode, pioneer scout Fred Fisher met a curious girl named Sally while hiding in the dark. But, as it turned out, they weren't alone.
There are other people here?
Yeah, they probably just went to get more food. They'll be back soon enough. You can wait with me, and they'll give you food too. You just have to do what they want.
What do you mean?
When they want to play games with you.
Games? What kind of games?
I'm still learning the rules. Mostly, they're kind of boring and only hurt when they use the needles.
Needles?
Yeah, you know, like at the doctor.
This doesn't sound like any game I know. It sounds downright awful, and these people sound really bad. We have to get out of here.
No, stay put, stay put, stay put, stay put.
Okay, stop screaming. Ah, the light. It's so bright.
That's where they come in to bring food, or when it's time to play.
Sally, what's that helmet thing you're wearing? It looks like it's screwed into your head.
Time to play. Time to play.
Sally,
Fisher was found days later, wandering by the river outside Flatwoods. He was disoriented but unharmed, save for 2 small wounds on each temple. To this day, Fred is convinced his strange encounter was real, and even continues to search high and low for a missing girl named Sally, whom he swears he met. So I leave it to you to decide, dear listeners. Was this simply the wild imagination of a frightened boy lost in the woods? Or was Fred Fisher in fact abducted by brainwashing aliens from outer space? Be sure to tune in next week for another thrilling chapter of Tales from the West Virginia Hills.
Responder Dasa gave me some supplies in exchange for my survivor story. So, hi. My name is Scott Shepard. Things are going all right. I was a nurse before the war, and I guess nothing much has changed. I just work for the responders now. I don't get paid. The government is basically the same now as it was years ago. Wrecked. Disorganized. Cannot be trusted. Everyone knows this. You want to know why the war actually happened? You think I'm joking? Listen. Right before everything went to hell, I saw him. I was grilling hamburgers out in the yard with my dog, and I heard rustling from the bushes and a zapping noise. Next thing I know, I'm lightheaded and I felt myself falling to the ground. And I didn't even have a lot to drink. I woke up and I saw some little thing run into the bushes with my dog following it. And I knew something was wrong. I found my dog later with a clump of green skin in his mouth. Green, like moss or something. The bombs fell almost 10 days later. 9 days, 19 hours to be exact. That's 235 hours precisely. You know what that is, right? That's right. The atomic number of the fissile-isotope of uranium. They had a plan from the very beginning. Why would they come after me first? Scott Shepard, the nurse. Well, good question. I'm glad you asked. They have our blood. They knew which ones of us would survive. This is one big experiment to them. This whole thing was staged. Our lives, our thoughts, everything was designed for us. Just like this conversation. Every word I'm saying. Planned. Time to wake up, Appalachia. Find the ones holding the strings and cut the cords.
Automated warning to all responders. The Mr. Phone Hands are out of control. Evacuate civilians and take down those supervisors. Once they're dealt with, you'll have to reboot the server. Again.